Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Bethany and I'm a homeschooling mom. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm going on my 7th year of homeschooling. So today's video is going to be about 5 things I wish I'd have known whenever I started homeschooling. Okay, getting into it. If you see me looking down, I have notes and I also have a sleeping baby. So let's try to get this video finished. Um, 5 things I wish I would have known whenever I started homeschooling. So, homeschooling wasn't like a foreign idea to me because I was actually homeschooled 1st through 4th grade, and I knew several other families that homeschooled whenever I was homeschooled, way back in the 90s, and their homeschools were different than mine. So, I kind of knew that there was different styles of homeschooling, but I didn't really know a lot about it. I was more from like the student perspective. And so, whenever we decided to homeschool, and maybe I'll do why we decided and why we choose to homeschool, different video. Let me know if you want to see that. Um, I already had went into homeschooling though with a idea of what homeschooling was, but I still learned a lot of lessons, and I want to heed some warnings. So, number one is don't compare your homeschool. Thankfully, whenever I started homeschooling, Instagram really wasn't a thing. It was new in its infancy, but I really watched a lot of YouTube videos and I got a lot of advice and encouragement and inspiration from all you wonderful mamas here on YouTube. Um, and so I kind of have, it's hard not to, but you form an idea of what you think your homeschool is going to look like. And then whenever it doesn't meet that expectations, you start comparing, why your homeschool doesn't look like this, or what you did, failed or did better, whatever. So don't compare your homeschool, because to me, homeschool is not something that is sedentary and kind of stays the same. And sometimes it looks beautiful in a moment. Sometimes there's seasons that you roll through, and sometimes it's going to evolve. It's going to roll and change and move. And so while you're comparing, maybe you're at a low moment and somebody else is at a high, know that you're just cresting that valley, and it's going to, you're going to go highs and lows. And so don't compare. The second thing that I want to talk to you guys about is levels, not grades. And I had to learn this one. A lot of homeschooling curriculum is not by grade level or like grade, it's by levels. So, really, I went into it with just like this strict mindset of keeping my kids on grade, and just like they had to be on the grade level, had to do this, and I would print off, my state's standards, which I still look at, but I was just so focused on and it even says on there, these are guidelines for our Oklahoma teachers, but not for me. I wanted to meet them all, So, anyways, just know that there are levels, and you know what is good about homeschooling? You can speed up on the level of subject area that your child is amazing at, and you can slow down at the where they struggle, or they might just need more review at, or somewhere that's fun, and you can stay somewhere fun for a while. You're the one choosing and calling the shots. So that's number 2. Number 3, homeschool is not public school at home. And like I said, I already had an idea of what homeschooling looked like. However, my husband was never homeschooled. So in his mind, homeschooling is just public school at home, and so just creating what our homeschool looked like really clashed at first, because I at first created a homeschool room in conjunction with our guest bedroom. And then as I've added children, our guest bedroom kind of just got pushed out of the way. And if y'all want to put air mattress in here, you can, but it's a homeschool room now. But I just felt like I needed all these public school things in my homeschool too to make a proper education. It's not true. Homeschooling is much more than public schooling ever will be. And I just fell into a trap of trying to recreate that standardized process at home. So, number 3, scheduling and flexibility. Listen, rookie homeschool mom mistake. I filled out my planner in pen months in advance. Never again. I don't even use pens in my homeschool. unless I'm just making like some doodle scratch lists, because I know I'm probably going to erase it and I'm going to change it or add to it or whatever. Yes, I literally bought a homeschool planner, a pre-made one. I believe the Ultimate Homeschool Planner was the one, and I filled it out in pen. Bad mistake. Anyways, know that your homeschool is going to change. You might actually blow through 6 worksheet pages in a day, or you might be stuck on a lesson for 2 weeks. You have no idea what's going to happen. And also know that I was so stuck to that. This is back to the home public school at home. The schedule of having to start and stop at the same time that the public schools did, and try to get through a whole book whenever that's not what they're doing. I mean, just totally, unnecessary pressure on my schedule whenever I could have just been like, you know what? Let's go to the splash pad with our friends today, or let's do those extra experiments instead of moving on to the next lesson. You can schedule and change. And actually, I went from trying to push my children into that public school calendar to now we school pretty much year round. And my kids are getting so much more knowledge than they did in their younger years because I had to learn the hard way. So scheduling, be flexible. When my husband's off work, we're off school, because there's going to be times where he's going to work late hours. He might be deployed, whatever the situation is. We take advantage of time whenever dad's home. And I also take advantage of time whenever I can meet with friends, because there's going to be times like COVID time, times where people are sick or just busy, where you're not going to be able to get that friendship encounters and things. So I really try to make time for people. And I also try to be intentional about whenever we are in the homeschool room. Yes, we can meet up, but let's do it in the afternoon whenever I can get those good hours of homeschool. And I know that I can kind of push our group studies around, but our individual studies, I really try to make a precious time. So getting into it. Number 5, it's okay to change things up. Let's say it again. It's okay to change things up. And I say this because whenever I started homeschooling, I invested into a box curriculum like a crazy person. And it was my preschool year. And it just wasn't a good fit for that child. And it might be a good fit for some of my other children, but know that not every child is going to be the same for the same curriculum. And it's okay. There is some curriculums that are just not going to work. And I remember just like, I bought this and I have to use this in like our 1st or 2nd grade year. And I was like, really pushing this reading curriculum that I had bought, and it was just not working. And I had modified it. It just was not working. And I remember being like, you know what? I think this might work. I need to try this. And literally that was the key to this, that solved the puzzle. I switched. It was actually to All About Reading that year. And that child just took off with reading, like concepts I was trying to like force with this other curriculum. It's okay to change. And it's okay to change back to stuff that you tried before and you're like, you know what? That actually did work a little bit better. You'll see that in my upcoming homeschool curriculum haul for one of my children. I'm going back to things that I had quit years ago. Or not quit, but did not choose to reuse the next year. It's okay to change. It's okay to change curriculum mid-year. It's okay to change your homeschooling style. You might start off traditional and end Charlotte Mason, and that's okay. It's okay to be eclectic and have different styles going throughout your home. It's okay to change because it's your homeschool, the way it's good for your family. And I just wish that was something that I would have realized earlier on, instead of putting so much pressure on myself to just say so strict, or feel like I was being some type of like, I don't know, indecisive and switching around. It's okay. Sometimes you need to switch, and what's good for one might not be good for the other. Learning your child's learning style, it's okay to change. And I just wish I would have known that. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want to hear more about homeschooling, homemaking, biblical womanhood, join me again on this channel. Please like, subscribe, and let's comment down below what you wish you would have known if you're starting homeschooling, or if you are a homeschooler. I guess I would have said, if you're a homeschooler, comment down below what you wish you would have known. And if you're new to homeschooling, what is a lesson that you've learned already, or what is something you would like to know? So anyways, let's get this community started down below, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.